If you've been feeling like something in the atmosphere has shifted, like your spirit has been stirred, your dreams suddenly feel closer, or your heart is beating with expectation you can't explain, this message is for you. You're not here by chance. This moment was assigned to you. Heaven scheduled this connection. Something divine is on the move in your life, and you're right in the middle of it. The truth is, you're not ordinary. You never were. The reason you've been through so much, the reason things took longer for you, the reason your process looked different, it's because you carry a calling that's different. You weren't just built for this moment. You were chosen for it. And now, everything that felt like waiting is shifting into manifestation. This is the hour of activation. You're not just stepping into a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. God has already placed the answer inside you. The moment has come to walk like it, speak like it, believe like it. This is your time, and you're ready. You don't show up to moments like this by accident. If your eyes are on this right now, it's because something in your spirit has already said yes, before your mind could catch up. This isn't background noise. This is a personal invitation to step into alignment with what's been calling you higher. Before we dive further, let's pause for a second and lock this moment in. Tap that like button if you're already feeling that inner pull. Go ahead and subscribe if you're serious about not missing what's coming next. And drop the number 55 in the comments. Yes, 55. Not just a number, but a prophetic signal of completion into new creation. Let it be your agreement in the atmosphere that you are ready, not just to hear the word, but to walk in it. This is more than content. This is confirmation. If you feel the abundance of divine love filling your heart, now is the perfect time to share it. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $100 or more, you can help spread God's blessings far and wide. Your offering will not only touch your own life, but also reach countless souls through this platform. Each of you holds a sacred place in God's magnificent plan, and your generosity will be the answer to many prayers. Take action now. Share your blessings to honor His kingdom. For you were created to accomplish even greater works through His loving hands. May God's grace be with you. Now lean in, because what's happening here is bigger than one person's breakthrough. It's about what happens when all of us rise together. This space, this moment, this message, it's not for isolation, it's for ignition. A spark turns into wildfire when the tribe catches it. So let's show up for each other. Speak life in the comments. Celebrate what someone else is stepping into. We weren't designed to climb alone. We rise stronger as a collective. We are a movement in motion, and every person who connects here becomes part of something divine. Here's the truth. A divine intersection is fast approaching. Not later, not next year. It's near. It's now. There's an opening coming in the next few moments, an unexpected acceleration. And when it arrives, it won't ask for permission. It will require preparation. Get your house in order, not just physically, but spiritually. Get your focus back in alignment. Get your heart postured to receive. Because there is an assignment coming that your name has already been attached to. You may not have seen the full picture yet, but the divine setup is already unfolding behind the scenes. Don't just watch, be part of the journey. Hit subscribe now and step into your purpose. The best is yet to come. And when that window opens, don't freeze. Move, not from fear, not from pressure, but from divine readiness. You've prayed for this. You've sown for this. And now, heaven is placing the delivery in front of your door. Will you open it? The shift is here. And what's on the other side isn't just better, it's blessed. Let me know when you're ready for the next section in this same fire and flow. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Some people carry storms in their history, but revival in their future. And that's where you are right now. You've been through the dry seasons, the uncertain nights, the silent stretches where it felt like heaven had gone quiet. But it was never denial, it was design. You were being refined, not rejected. Held back, held safe. What felt like stillness was actually sacred preparation. And now the spiritual alarms are going off because your moment is upon you. This is not business as usual. This is a divine countdown. The window is opening, and it won't wait on indecision. This isn't the time to second guess or play small. This is your cue to rise. Let fear release its grip, and let hesitation fall to the floor. If you've been asking for a sign, this is it. The table is set. What heaven has arranged, no man can cancel. You are not stepping into chance, you're stepping into assignment. But here's the truth about divine timing. It requires divine alignment. You can't carry old doubt into new doors. You can't walk through miracles dragging yesterday's disbelief. This next move of God, it's going to require you to unclench the fists of your past and open your hands for the blessing. Nothing is being withheld. You're being invited. The shift is spiritual first. That's why it doesn't make sense to the world. That's why it's hitting your soul before your eyes can catch up. Your heart has to be tuned before your life can transform. So release the need to understand everything. Let go of what used to make you feel secure and get rooted in trust, because what's coming will only fit the new you. You've crossed the line where preparation meets power. You are no longer on hold. You are in motion. And what's unfolding now isn't small. It's strategic. Your next breakthrough isn't waiting for more hustle. It's waiting for honest surrender. Can you say yes before you see it? Can you praise before the door opens? Because the moment you do, things begin shifting in dimensions you haven't even touched yet. This appointment was written into your destiny long before you knew how to pray for it. And now, it's knocking on your life. Don't miss what's meant for you because you were distracted by doubt. Don't delay the promise because you clung to comfort. This is the hour you've been molded for. Step into it with full faith, with steady feet, with a soul that knows. This is the turning point. Some people keep searching for peace in the noise, but you've been chosen to find it in stillness. There's something sacred about a soul that refuses to be rushed, that leans into silence when the world screams for attention. That's where God meets you, not in the chaos, but in the calm. This isn't just a moment to slow down. It's a divine invitation to shift your atmosphere. Before you receive what's next, your mind must be cleared of what no longer belongs. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Sometimes the loudest miracle begins in silence. Just like a seed does its deepest work underground, unseen, quiet, but destined, you've been going through a process that heaven orchestrated with precision. And now, just like spring never asks permission to bloom, your season is arriving, ready or not. There's a shift in the air. You can feel it, even if you can't quite explain it. That tingling in your spirit, that's not nerves, that's confirmation. Something divine is unfolding. And if you've been paying attention, then you know this moment has been building for a while. The energy around you isn't random. This isn't just another day. This is a window in time, sacred appointed, undeniable, and the only thing you're being asked to do right now is clear the space. It's time to unplug from the things that blur your vision, the conversations that drain you, the noise that keeps your heart spinning, the distractions that pretend to be urgent. Let them go. Peace is not what happens when life gets quiet. Peace is what you carry when you choose to focus. It's not retreat, it's alignment. And right now, heaven needs your full attention. Because what God is doing in this moment requires space to land. You can't make room for the miraculous while holding on to mental clutter. Your spirit has already picked up on the shift. That's why you've been restless. That's why your sleep has felt light. That's why old patterns are starting to fall off without effort. You're not stuck. You're stretching. You're not losing. It's just that certain things can't walk into what God has prepared for you. And that's okay. This transition isn't meant to be explained to everyone. It's meant to be embraced by you. And here's the truth. It's not just close. It's here. You're not praying for it anymore. You're walking into it. You're not waiting on the promise. The promise is waiting on you to show up in faith. The divine delivery is at your doorstep. This isn't future tense. This is now. You don't need another sign. You are the sign. So take a deep breath. Clear the internal room. Set down the mental weight. And tune in. Heaven is speaking. The veil is thin. The shift is not coming. It's happening. Right. Now don't second-guess the timing. Don't talk yourself out of what God already placed within your reach. When the atmosphere begins to move, your job isn't to figure it out. It's to flow with it. Let your posture reflect your belief. Stand like it's already done. Pray like it's already yours. Walk like the shift has already started. Because it has. The delay didn't cancel the assignment. It set the stage for it. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God fill your hearts today. I come to remind you of a profound truth. Our lives are firmly established in God's divine purpose, untouched by the fleeting worries of this world. As Scripture tells us, give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. Luke 6:38. Like the mighty oak, whose roots are planted deep in rich soil, our foundation is anchored in God's eternal truth. Every move we make, every stand we take, is upheld by His enduring strength. Today, you have the opportunity to participate in this divine blessing. By clicking the Super Thank You button and offering a gift of $50, you will sow into a harvest that will return to you many times over in God's abundant grace. And when your day draws to a close, don't just collapse into rest. Enter it with intention. Sleep is not just recovery, it's revelation. As your body settles, your spirit rises. Lay down your worry and lift up your expectancy. Use the quiet of the night as a bridge to divine instruction. Speak a word before sleep. Set a request before heaven. And trust that your dreams are more than scenes. They're strategies. God does some of His deepest work when you aren't trying to control the outcome. Picture yourself walking through the door that once looked locked. See yourself stepping into rooms you once felt too small for. Let your mind rest in that image, because what you see in faith, God builds in reality. While your eyes close, the heavens open. While you sleep, He is sending messages, moving pieces, and arranging what no man could orchestrate. So release the old fears. Loosen your grip on what was. Empty your hands so they're ready to receive. What's next is weighty. What's next is holy. And what's next is already in motion. The breakthrough has left the gate. All that's left is for you to step into it with clarity, with courage, and with peace that won't be shaken. There's something different about those who carry fire in their bones. You've never been ordinary, and deep down, you've always known it. There's a force within you that refuses to be silenced, a spiritual charge that can't be explained with logic. That's because you weren't just made, you were commissioned. When heaven sculpted you, it infused you with something that doesn't break under pressure. It grows. You weren't created just to exist. You were designed to expand, to rise, and to shift the ground under your feet. That power you feel stirring inside, that's divine authority waiting for your permission to lead. This is not the hour to shrink or play small. The ceiling that used to hover over you has been shattered. Now it's up to you to rise beyond it. Stop measuring yourself by human expectations. You weren't built with limitations. You were born with heavenly blueprints etched in your spirit. The boundaries the world set for you have expired. You're stepping into a moment that requires the full version of you, not the edited one. Heaven has already signed off on your next level. Now, you just need to walk like it. And walking begins with clarity of intent. Don't let your days blend into one another like fog. Be deliberate. When your feet hit the floor each morning, speak life, speak power, speak alignment. Let your words set the atmosphere. Say what you're expecting. Call it in. Your life responds to your direction. Nothing shifts until you command it. Declare what you're becoming before you see it. Don't wait for circumstances to change. Speak the change. That's not fantasy. That's faith in motion. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Alignment isn't magic, it's maintenance, and energy is currency. Guard yours. Lift your internal frequency to match the miracles you're ready to receive. Don't chase outcomes, become the person who attracts them. Shift your thoughts to reflect what you're building, not what you've survived. See it, feel it, celebrate it as if it's already done. Gratitude is the gateway to the supernatural, and joy is the sound of faith with its shoes on. Transformation doesn't start in the heavens, it starts in your habits. If your body is the vessel, how you treat it matters. The fuel you feed yourself with sets the tone for how you move, think, and create. Choose nourishment that wakes you up, not food that drags you down. The vibrant, the raw, the living. Those are your allies now. What you consume becomes the energy you radiate. Let your temple reflect the level you're praying for. You can't pour from a cup that's dry, and you can't fly with fuel that weighs you down. This is not about a temporary change. It's a full-body agreement with destiny. Mind, body, and spirit, all tuned, all aligned, all ready. You are not becoming, you already are. Now align your actions with the truth of what's inside you. Because the earth is shifting, heaven is watching, and your moment isn't coming. It's here. Don't just watch, be part of the journey. Hit subscribe now and step into your purpose. The best is yet to come. There are certain people whose presence alters the temperature of the room. They don't need to speak to be felt, because what moves through them speaks louder than words. That's you. The moment you surrendered to the shift within, your atmosphere changed, your decisions, your mindset, even your silence began to echo with divine force. What you carry cannot be confined. It spills into every space you touch. That's not imagination. That's alignment. The world around you feels it. People respond to it. Heaven recognizes it. And what's being awakened in you is creating currents that will reach further than you can see. You're not just experiencing change. You're becoming the catalyst for it. The time has come to step into what's already yours. Not timidly, not second-guessing, but fully, intentionally. This is the territory that's been marked out for you from the beginning. And now, the gate is open. You didn't stumble here, you were sent here. What you're about to inherit isn't luck, it's legacy. And walking into it is not about striving, it's about accepting what has been waiting for your readiness. The moment is sacred, the hour is divine, and the door is unlocked. All that's left is for you to walk through. Every limit they placed on you was based on human sight, but you weren't built from human blueprint. Your capacity is supernatural. You don't move by chance, you move by instruction. You don't just dream, you receive revelation. And now is the moment to act on it. You're not here to beg for scraps, you're here to steward abundance. You've been given keys that open doors others can't even see. What they called impossible is your new assignment. This is your permission to break ceilings. There are certain seasons that require no more delay. This is one of them. You're standing in front of an unfolding that will redefine everything you thought you knew about favor. But favor demands motion. Don't stand still while heaven moves. Respond with faith. Respond with action. You don't have to earn what's being given, but you must receive it with expectation. This moment is not random. It's been sent to mark you. What you do with it determines what follows. Even while your body sleeps, heaven moves. And tonight, that movement intensifies. The sacred space between wake and rest becomes a chamber of alignment. As your eyes close, your spirit opens. In that stillness, clarity descends, insight awakens. The dreams you've dismissed as imagination are blueprints. What you ask for in faith as you drift into sleep becomes instruction in the unseen realm. God isn't silent. He speaks through visions, through divine nudges, through unshakable knowing. Rest is not retreat, it's preparation. Before you sleep tonight, pause, breathe deep, release anything that weighs you down. Set intention, not just for dreams, but for divine direction. Let your heart speak boldly to the one who has already written your next chapter. You are not sleeping through the night, you're soaring through the Spirit. When you rise, you will carry the clarity of heaven with you. The shift has already begun. Now rest with purpose. The transformation is in motion. Something inside you has always known that change wouldn't arrive like everyone else's. You've never been one to chase clocks or fit into someone else's timeline. That's because your life is governed by a higher order. And now, that order is accelerating. You're on the cusp of a divine reveal. Every delay that once confused you, it was heaven placing pieces into position. What's coming now isn't random, it's calibrated. There's a countdown in the spirit, and you can feel it, pulsing, pulling, aligning everything for your launch. There's a divine signal sounding through the unseen, and it's not sounding to warn, it's calling to awaken. In this hour, you aren't waiting for permission. You're stepping into your appointment. What felt like pressure was actually precision. This is more than a moment. It's a mark. Heaven has drawn a circle around this point in time, and you're inside it. You don't have to knock. The door's already open. But you do have to move. You didn't walk through trials for nothing. You didn't weather storms to stay still. Those battles weren't delays. They were lessons dressed in hardship. And now, the weight you once carried is what gives you authority in this moment. The breakthrough is not off in the distance. It's right here, staring back at you, waiting to be claimed. You're not trying to catch up. You're stepping into something that's been held until you were ready to carry it. Now everything around you is starting to bend in your direction. Not because you forced it, but because you're finally aligned. Situations are rearranging. Conversations are opening. Ideas are landing. You've entered the moment where what was once just prayed for is about to show up in your hands. This isn't fiction. This is divine fulfillment. You were created for this very point in time, and all of creation is adjusting to match the frequency of your assignment. But be clear, this space isn't passive. You must be fully present. Don't let wandering thoughts steal the moment. Don't waste sacred energy on fear or doubt. You've been given something rare, a divine intersection where destiny meets decision. Use your power well. Stay awake in the spirit. Focus like everything depends on it, because it does. There is a room opening up in the invisible realm, a space where impossibilities melt, where strategy is whispered, where miracles are not rare, they are routine. But it's a narrow door, and only those walking in awareness will enter. You're being invited into that space. You don't need noise, you don't need applause, you need clarity. Be still, be bold, be ready. This is not just a shift in your circumstances, it's a full recalibration of your path. From this point forward, you'll be marked not by what you endured, but by what you overcame. Not by what was taken from you, but by what heaven now trusts you to carry. The favor falling on you is not random. It's a response. You've been faithful with the wait. Now get ready for the release. The countdown has already started, and when this clock strikes, nothing will be the same again. There's always been something about you, a sense that what others settle for has never fit your spirit. And that's because it wasn't meant to. You weren't created for containment. You've been living under ceilings that were never designed by God, and now heaven is initiating the release. What felt like restriction is being shattered, not because you pushed your way through, but because you aligned yourself with something bigger than limitation. The lid is off, the boundaries are breaking, and a divine expansion is flowing in that will make room for everything that once felt out of reach. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a donation of $100 or more, you can actively participate in His divine mission and contribute to His greater plan. Every offering you make reflects the boundless generosity of God, and I trust it will return to you abundantly, far exceeding your hopes. Always remember, His protection and blessing accompany your every step and every act of giving. You are a vital part of His sacred design. You are strong and radiant, steadfast like His mighty rock. Experience God's miracles, feel the rewards of your generosity deep within your soul, and shine your light with boldness and faith. May you be richly blessed, and may the light of the Lord continually guide your journey. The shift isn't only within, it's around. Your presence is carrying a frequency that causes alignment wherever you show up. Environments change, people soften, even the created world feels the charge. This isn't charisma, this is divine resonance. You're vibrating at a level that brings clarity to chaos. That stillness you cultivated in private is now turning into a stabilizing force for those around you. You're not just changing, you're changing the atmosphere. There are inflection points in every destiny, moments where everything pivots and nothing is ever the same again. You've stepped into one now. This isn't an upgrade, it's a redefinition. You're not returning to the old with tweaks. You're stepping into a space that's been preserved for the evolved version of you. What felt scattered is coming together. What looked delayed is revealing purpose. You aren't being fixed, you're being repositioned. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. And while you may not see the full picture yet, this much is clear. Waiting was never wasted. Delay was not denial. It was design. Every detour strengthened your discernment. Every no was a setup for a higher yes. The waiting season didn't withhold from you. It fortified you. Faith wasn't just something you carried. It was something that carried you. And now that foundation is about to carry the weight of a future your past self couldn't even imagine. This is a sacred unfolding. Not loud, not rushed, but precise. The kind of shift that comes quietly but changes everything. You're not just entering a new season, you're embodying a new authority, one that can't be shaken because it was built in silence, the kind of power that doesn't come from striving, but from surrender. Stay grounded, stay expectant. The divine blueprint is already active. The realignment has begun. And what's on its way won't need your effort to force. It will simply require your agreement to receive.